Welcome back my YouTube channel. Today, we are going deep into the world of one of the most remarkable container ships ever built, the MSC Gülsün. This enormous vessel was delivered in 2019 and was designed to carry an incredible amount of cargo across the world's major ocean trade routes. When the MSC Gülsün entered service, it was one of the largest container ships in the world, with a maximum capacity of 23,756 TEU. TEU means 20-foot equivalent unit, so the ship can theoretically carry the equivalent of more than 23,000 standard 20-foot containers. At 399.9 meters long and about 61.5 meters wide, the MSC Gülsün is almost 400 meters of engineering stretching across the ocean. Built by Samsung Heavy Industries at its Jeoye shipyard in South Korea, the MSC Gülsün was created specifically for the demanding Asia-Europe container trade. Its enormous dimensions allow it to transport huge quantities of cargo in a single voyage, helping shipping companies move more goods while improving efficiency per container. The vessel's design is not simply about making a ship bigger. Every major part of the MSC Gülsün has been developed around efficiency, stability, safety, and the ability to operate reliably during long ocean voyages. The exterior design is the first thing that makes this vessel so impressive. Looking at the MSC Gülsün from the side, its hull appears almost endless. The vessel measures approximately 399.9 meters from bow to stern, while its beam reaches around 61.5 meters. The huge width is essential because the ship carries containers across a very wide deck, with containers stacked in multiple rows and layers. The bow has been carefully shaped to improve hydrodynamic efficiency. Instead of simply pushing a massive flat wall of steel through the water, the hull uses a streamlined form designed to reduce resistance. MSC has highlighted the ship's bow design as part of its approach to improving energy efficiency. Reducing resistance means the engine does not need to work unnecessarily hard to maintain the vessel's speed, which can help lower fuel consumption and emissions per container transported. The hull also incorporates features designed to improve the ship's performance in the open ocean. At the rear, the propeller and rudder arrangement work together to convert the enormous power of the main engine into forward movement. Because the ship is almost 400 meters long, even small improvements in hydrodynamic performance can make a significant difference during thousands of nautical miles of ocean travel. Above the hull is the most recognizable feature of the MSC Gülsün, the enormous container deck. Thousands of containers can be arranged in carefully calculated positions across the ship. Containers are not simply placed wherever there is space. Their location, weight, destination, and type all have to be considered. Heavy containers may be positioned lower in the ship to help maintain stability, while refrigerated containers require electrical connections to keep temperature-sensitive cargo cold. The MSC Gülsün can carry more than 2,000 refrigerated containers, allowing it to transport food, beverages, pharmaceuticals, and other temperature-sensitive products across long distances. This makes the ship much more than a simple cargo carrier. It becomes a massive mobile logistics platform capable of moving different types of products between continents. The containers themselves create a spectacular appearance. From a distance, the ship can look like a floating wall of colorful steel boxes. But underneath those containers is an incredibly complex cargo system. Each container must be secured using specialized lashing equipment so that it remains in position during the movement of the ocean. Large waves can create enormous forces, so proper cargo securing is one of the most important responsibilities during every voyage. The ship's accommodation area is located toward the rear and above the main deck. Unlike a cruise ship, the MSC Gülsün does not have luxury passenger facilities, swimming pools, restaurants for hundreds of tourists, or entertainment areas. Its interior is designed primarily for the crew who operate and maintain the vessel during long voyages. However, modern accommodation provides the crew with comfortable living spaces and facilities necessary for life at sea. Inside the accommodation block, crew members have cabins, dining areas, recreation spaces, working areas, and other essential facilities. Air conditioning and ventilation systems help maintain comfortable conditions even when the ship is operating through very hot or cold regions. A ship this large requires its crew to remain focused and rested, so practical comfort is an important part of the vessel's design. One of the most impressive interior spaces is the navigation bridge. From this elevated control center, officers can monitor the surrounding sea and operate the ship using advanced navigation and communication equipment. Modern container ships rely on radar, electronic navigation charts, satellite communications, positioning systems, weather information, and other technologies to maintain safe operations. The bridge is essentially the command center of the entire vessel. From here, officers monitor traffic, plan routes, communicate with ports and other ships, and supervise the vessel's movement. Even though the MSC Gülsün is enormous, it must still navigate through busy shipping lanes, approach ports carefully, and maintain safe distances from other vessels. Deep inside the ship is another world entirely, the engine room. This is where the enormous power required to move the MSC Gülsün is generated. The vessel uses a large MAN diesel and turbo 11 G95 MEC 9.5 main engine. Published specifications list the engine's maximum output at approximately 66,650 kilowatts at 80 revolutions per minute. That figure is difficult to imagine. More than 66,000 kilowatts of propulsion power is being converted into mechanical energy to turn the massive propeller and move a ship weighing an enormous amount when fully loaded. The engine is a low-speed, two-stroke marine diesel engine, a type widely used for very large ocean-going cargo ships because of its efficiency and ability to produce huge amounts of torque at relatively low rotational speed. The main engine does not need to spin at the extremely high speeds associated with a car engine. Instead, it turns slowly and continuously, producing enormous torque that is transmitted directly to the propeller. This arrangement is extremely effective for a giant vessel because the propeller is designed to work efficiently at low rotational speeds. The MSC Gülsün can reach speeds in the region of 21 knots according to its published specifications, although actual operating speed can vary depending on cargo, weather, route, fuel efficiency requirements, and operational conditions. At around 21 knots, the ship is moving at approximately 39 kilometers per hour. That may not sound extremely fast compared with a sports car, but at sea, moving a nearly 400-meter-long ship weighing hundreds of thousands of tons at that speed is an extraordinary engineering achievement. The driving experience of the MSC Gülsün is completely different from anything experienced in a road vehicle. There is no steering wheel like you would find in a car. Instead, the vessel is controlled through sophisticated navigation and propulsion systems. The bridge team works with the rudder, propulsion system, navigation equipment, and maneuvering systems to guide the ship. When the ship is traveling in open water, its movement is relatively smooth and steady. The enormous length and mass give it significant stability, allowing it to continue moving through the ocean even when conditions become challenging. But that enormous size also creates limitations. A ship nearly 400 meters long cannot turn or stop like a small vessel. Every maneuver requires careful planning because the ship has tremendous momentum. This becomes particularly important when entering or leaving a port. The MSC Gülsün must approach terminals at controlled speeds, often with assistance from tugboats and specialized port equipment. Wind can also have a major effect because the ship presents a huge surface area above the water. A strong crosswind can influence the vessel's movement, requiring careful coordination between the bridge team, pilots, tugboats, and terminal personnel. Once the vessel reaches a container terminal, another incredible operation begins. Giant shore cranes reach across the ship and begin loading or unloading containers. Each container has a planned position, and the ship's cargo system must work together with the terminal to ensure that the right containers are moved efficiently. Because the MSC Gülsün can carry such a huge quantity of cargo, efficient port operations are essential. Every minute spent in port affects the ship's schedule. The goal is to unload containers destined for that port, load new containers, and prepare the ship for its next ocean voyage as efficiently as possible. Safety is another major part of the MSC Gülsün's design. The ship incorporates double hull protection around the engine area, advanced hull monitoring, and a dual-tower firefighting system with high-capacity pumps. These systems are designed to protect the crew, machinery, and cargo in emergency situations. Fire safety is especially important on a container ship because thousands of containers can potentially contain many different types of cargo. The vessel therefore requires sophisticated detection and firefighting capabilities. Emergency equipment, lifeboats, life rafts, communication systems, alarms, and established emergency procedures are all essential parts of life aboard such a large vessel. Environmental efficiency was also an important part of the MSC Gülsün's development. MSC designed the ship with features intended to reduce fuel consumption and emissions per container. The optimized bow reduces resistance, while the ship's large cargo capacity allows more containers to be transported on one voyage. In simple terms, moving more cargo with one ship can improve efficiency per unit of cargo. The vessel was also equipped with an IMO-approved hybrid exhaust gas cleaning system and could operate using low-sulfur fuel, helping it meet the marine fuel requirements that came into force around the time it entered service. MSC also described the class as being designed with the possibility of future adaptation toward LNG technology. Another interesting feature is its ability to handle smart shipping technologies and data transmission. Modern container shipping is becoming increasingly digital, and ships like the MSC Gülsün can use data to improve cargo visibility, operational planning, safety, and communication between the vessel and shore-based teams. When you imagine this ship crossing the ocean, it is important to remember what it represents. The MSC Gülsün is not simply transporting metal boxes. Inside those containers can be products that travel through complicated global supply chains before reaching stores, factories, businesses, and homes. Electronics, clothing, machinery, food products, medical supplies, industrial components, and countless other goods can travel thousands of kilometers aboard vessels of this type. The scale of the ship becomes even more impressive when you stand near it. A person standing beside the hull would appear extremely small. The ship's length of almost 400 meters is comparable to several city blocks placed end to end. Its width of more than 60 meters gives it a huge footprint on the water, while the stacked containers rise high above the deck. Yet despite its enormous dimensions, the MSC Gülsün is designed around efficiency. The goal is not simply to build the biggest possible ship. The goal is to transport the greatest amount of cargo safely and efficiently while controlling fuel consumption and operating costs. That is what makes this vessel such an important example of modern container shipping. The MSC Gülsün also demonstrates how much maritime engineering has changed over the decades. Earlier container ships were dramatically smaller, with much lower cargo capacity. Today, vessels in the ultra-large category can carry tens of thousands of containers and connect major economic regions through regular ocean services. The ship's massive size also explains why it is primarily suited to major ports with deep water and large container terminals. Not every port can accommodate a vessel of this scale. Specialized infrastructure is required, including deep navigation channels, enormous cranes, large berths, powerful tugboats, and extensive container yards. After completing its voyage, the MSC Gülsün can arrive at a major terminal and begin another huge logistical operation. Containers are removed, new cargo is loaded, fuel and supplies may be taken aboard, inspections are performed, and the vessel prepares to return to sea. This cycle continues again and again, connecting continents through the world's oceans. When we look at the complete picture, the MSC Gülsün is an extraordinary combination of size, power, technology, and efficiency. Its almost 400-meter hull gives it an imposing presence, while its 23,756 TEU capacity gives it enormous cargo carrying capability. Its 66,650 kilowatt class main engine provides the propulsion power needed to move this giant through the ocean, while its advanced navigation, safety, environmental, and cargo systems allow it to operate as part of a highly complex global shipping network. And now, for the final verdict, the MSC Gülsün deserves its reputation as one of the great giants of modern container shipping. It combines enormous cargo capacity with carefully engineered hydrodynamics, powerful propulsion, advanced safety systems, refrigerated container capability, and technologies designed to improve efficiency. It may not have the luxury of a cruise liner, but for its crew, it provides the practical facilities needed to live and work during long voyages. Most importantly, it demonstrates what modern maritime engineering can achieve when the goal is to move huge quantities of cargo across the world's oceans safely and efficiently. The MSC Gülsün is more than a giant container ship. It is a floating industrial machine, a massive logistics platform, and a powerful symbol of global maritime trade. From its streamlined bow to its enormous container deck, from the navigation bridge to the giant engine room, every part of the vessel has one purpose: to keep cargo moving across the world's oceans. With its incredible dimensions, enormous capacity, powerful propulsion system, and advanced engineering, the MSC Gülsün remains one of the most fascinating vessels in the world of deep-sea cargo shipping.